Now to Meg Ferris. She has been, I believe, at the hospital all day today. Meg, is there any update on how many victims or how many, excuse me, any update on the conditions of those victims at the hospital?
Yeah. Devin, there is not normally, I would have conditions and an update on numbers, but the hospital has been told not to release any of that updated information. By the way, you're going to hear fireworks just like it's New Year's Eve going off behind me. But we have not been given any of that because we are told that in this situation, the city wants to have control over that. And I don't know, maybe it's the FBI who is telling that to the city. So we don't know if that number, 26, who were originally brought here to the Level 1 Trauma Center, a lot of those people in critical condition, we don't know if that's now down to 21, since we are hearing the very tragic news that 5 more people have died because of this, this terrorism event. Now, I do have something new to report to you. And out of respect to these police officers, I am not going to release their names, but I did read a social media post by one of the police officers who was brought here, one of the 2 police officers who was brought here, and we were told earlier by the superintendent that she visited them and that they were doing well. I saw a post that one of them saying he is now at home, he is on the mend, he is being taken care of by family members. He is expressed his gratitude and felt overwhelmed with how many text messages of love that he received, and he would eventually get around to answering everybody. And he simply ended his post by saying, "I love you all." So that is one update from one of the 2 officers who was brought here after being caught in that gun battle on Bourbon Street with the perpetrator. We were told there were 3 officers who were in a shootout with the perpetrator, and of course we know the perpetrator was deceased on the scene. So that is the latest update I have from here. Still no word on, as I said earlier, any conditions, the numbers, how many had to go into surgery to have the life-saving surgery. We just don't know at this time. And again, the UMC has told us that they will give us one of the doctors tomorrow, one of the medical directors, to update us on all the information about this incredible last, 12, 13, 14 hours that they've had here, with surely all teams activated. And as Mr. Scalise just mentioned, as the congressman just mentioned about the people turning out to give blood, I have to tell you, I've heard from former news people, I've heard from people who now live all over the country, who are watching us on live streaming. I've heard from local doctors wanting me to pass on to the community, thank you so much, because of one report earlier this morning that we did, just letting people know about the critical blood shortage. The people who don't even know the victims, who just opened their hearts and literally opened their blood vessels to share a pint of blood to help this critically low blood supply in our area. So people are just overwhelmed with gratitude, and doctors saying thank you, because it makes their work, their job different going forward with this. So that's the latest update we have from UMC here. Reporting live from UMC, Meg Ferris, WWL Louisiana. Back to you, Devin and Katie.
Oh man, our heart is with all the people in UMC and all the different hospitals all over the city of New Orleans right now who are still trying to recover from their injuries, and of course the families of those who will not be recovering and did not make it out.
Sure, and the families of people who are in the hospital who maybe are not from New Orleans, don't have a support system here, are staying in hotels at this time. I know it's a really difficult day for many, many people.
Yes, now we